Hey guys, I'm going to do my labor and delivery video. Sorry it looks so crappy, but I really don't care right now. Well, I went in Sunday night, which was the 10th, to be induced. We went in at 6 o'clock. They got us in a room and everything and got us set up, and they got an IV in me, which I was so mad about that. I had to have it in my hand because they said putting it in the hand is always better because when you're pushing, it'll hurt if it's in your arm. So they put it in my hand. She tried to do it in my left hand first, and my vein kept moving, and she barely hit the vein, and the vein swelled up so big, and so she couldn't do it in that hand. So she went and did it in my right hand. She got it in there, but then she had to draw blood also, so she didn't want to do it out of there because she didn't want to lose the vein. So she went and tried to draw blood again from my left hand after already knowing that my veins weren't cooperating on that hand. And she tried and she couldn't get it. So she went and got another nurse, and that nurse was smart and drew blood from the inside of my arm. So after they got that, they put, I think it's called Cytec or something like that. It's like a little itty bitty pill. It's not even as big as the tip, your fingernail or anything. It's just really small. And she inserted that into my cervix to help thin me out, because I still had not progressed at any at all. So she did that to help thin me out and told me that at 1 o'clock, around 1 o'clock, give or take a little bit, they would come back and check me to see if I had progressed any or not, and if not, they would insert another one, or if I hadn't progressed enough, they would insert another one. Well, roughly around 1 o'clock, I was laying on my side, and I felt a warm gush of water. Just a warm gush, and it felt so weird. So I called the nurse. I was like, I think my water just broke. And she checked, and it was my water. So my water broke around 1 o'clock in the morning on the 11th. And so after that, she told me to get some rest. She changed the padding on my bed and everything. And she told me to get some rest. What? What are you getting? She poop? Yeah. Close the door. Sorry about that. But she told me to get some rest, so I did. I laid down, but that didn't last very long. Around 1:30, 2 o'clock, I started to get contractions, and they started to hurt really bad. So she came in and gave me something to ease the pain. It just kind of takes the edge off, so I don't tense up real bad when I'm having a contraction, and it just relaxes me. And she told me it would help me sleep, but it only would last for about an hour. So after she gave me that, and she told me it would kick in right away, and sure enough, not even 10 seconds after she said that, oh my god, I felt awesome. I felt drunk. That's what it felt like. I think it was called Stadol or something like that. I don't know. But she put that in. I ended up getting sick before she gave it to me. I ended up throwing up. That was the only time I got sick. So thank goodness for that. But she gave me that, and I ended up being able to sleep for about 2 hours. And I woke up around 4, and I was in a bunch of pain again, and I was having back labor really bad, and it was really, really hurt. So the nurse came in again, and she told me, we're going to try a warm shower. So I got in the shower, and I sat in there for probably almost a good hour, maybe a little less, maybe a half hour to an hour. But it felt so good, and it made me feel better. So I got out of the shower then, and she had me put a pad in the mesh underwear on, because I told her I wanted to go for a walk. So I walked around for a little bit, and then I came back, and I went back to bed. I was able to sleep on and off, not a lot though, because I was still in some pain. But then my mom came up to the hospital about 5:30 in the morning. She came up to the hospital, and they continued to check me throughout the day. When they checked me, I don't remember the times, honestly. But at one point they checked me and they said I was completely thinned out and I was about 2 centimeters dilated. So that was good. And so I labored all day pretty much. And finally around 1 o'clock, the doctor came in and checked me again. And because at this point I had done so much already to take my mind off the contractions. I had sat in a rocking chair. I was doing anything and everything. Because at this point the contractions were really strong and really painful. But around 1 o'clock, my doctor came in and checked me and said I was around a 3 or a 4, and told the nurse to go ahead and get me my epidural. So she called the anesthesiologist to see if I could get my epidural, and I had to wait an hour to get my epidural because the anesthesiologist, she had 3 surgeries going on. So I had to wait for her to get done with the first one before she could come get me my epidural, which was about an hour. So around 2 o'clock, I finally got my epidural and finally got some relief. Like, that was the best thing. I recommend the epidural. Like, I was so scared at first to get the epidural, but honestly, I didn't feel anything. Like, I felt the first prick and the little burning sensation when they prick you to numb you, and I didn't feel anything else after that. I just felt pressure, but that was it. And I'm so happy I got that epidural because that was a lifesaver. So I got my epidural. I was finally able to get some rest. They came in and when I was around a 3 or 4, and 15 minutes later they come back and check me again, and I'm already at a 7. Like, no, it wasn't then. They came back and checked me at one point in time, and I was still I was about a 4 or 5. And then I'd say probably around 7:15, they came in and checked me, and I was at a 7, and then 45 minutes later, I was ready to push. So I started pushing around 8 o'clock, and she was here at 8:49. So I pushed less than an hour, and she was here at 8:49. Before I started pushing, like, as my contractions started to get really, really strong, I was able to feel pain from the pressure down there, but it wasn't nothing too unbearable. Like, I could stand it. Like, I didn't feel the contractions, I just felt pressure, and it was kind of a little painful from the pressure, but that was it. I felt when I was pushing and everything, and her head was starting to finally crown, and her head was coming out, that kind of hurt a little bit, but nothing that, wasn't too unbearable. It hurt, it made me cry a little bit, but, you gotta do what you gotta do. So she was born at 8:49, weighing in 8 pounds, 4 ounces, and 21 inches long, and she's doing awesome. She's doing great. She's an easy baby so far. I don't want to jinx myself, but she's an easy baby so far. So I guess that's all I also can say is I'm thankful she's healthy. Everything looks good. So, I did tear. I tore only on the inside, though. My doctor said that he is surprised I didn't tear any more than what I did, considering this is my first baby and the fact at how big she was. He's surprised I didn't tear more, but I only tore on the inside. So, that was good. I was so thankful for that. So I do have stitches, but it's, oh well. But she's 4 days old now, and she's the love of my life. I'm not even gonna lie. I never knew I could love somebody so much, but I love her, and I'm loving being a mommy. And Nick does great with her. Like, he's awesome. Like, that's his pride and joy. Like, if anything would ever happen to her, I think he would kill somebody. Like, that is his baby right there. But yeah, that's my labor and delivery. I will do a 1-week postpartum and a 1-week update on her when 1 week comes around. But other than that, that's about it. So, and I already posted a video and you already kind of saw her. I'll make a video of pictures of her first few days and everything. But that's it, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.